Hello, doing Joel Montgomery here, and it is time for another For Good Marketing Live. So I'm so thankful that you are here. And today we are going to be talking about something really fascinating, which is why your business needs a digital marketing funnel. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's all good because we are going to talk about it right now. Okay. Now, before I begin, I'm Joel Montgomery, co-founder and CEO of For Good Marketing, and we're a digital marketing agency that works with entrepreneurs and executives and helps them to grow their impact and their business using virtual events. All right. Now, make sure you stay till the end because we are going to share the exact strategy that we use with our clients to be able to help them make $100,000 in 5 days. Yes, it is true. It is possible to be able to do that if you've got an info product and if you've got a product launch strategy. But let's focus today on our topic, which is all about marketing funnels, digital marketing funnels. Now, I don't want you to get hung up on this idea of a funnel. If you don't know what it is, it's all good. And I want us to really start our discussion around the customer journey. Okay. Now, if you don't know what the customer journey is, it's really simple. It's really the process that someone goes through from hearing about a product or service that your organization has, that your business has, hearing about your organization and moving to the place where they're actually purchasing a product or service from you. Okay, so that's the customer journey. And let's start with the real world, the offline world. And let me give you several examples. So here in the United States, I know that we've got people who watch from all over the world, but here in the United States, it is the week of Thanksgiving, right? It is Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And what happens the day after Thanksgiving? Black Friday, that famous day where you every Friday, every Saturday after Thanksgiving, you've got pictures and video of craziness happening because you've got customers that are fighting one another to get these special deals that companies put on to kind of to kick off the holiday gift giving season. Okay. Now, I want you to imagine Black Friday. Okay. And let's say that you are going through the paper, you're kind of old school, you're going through the paper, you see an advertisement talking about a Samsung television that you are dying to get, and it is over 50% off the regular purchase price. So, hey, that piques your interest. And you leave your house at 4 a.m. on Friday, Black Friday, and you go and wait in line at the store. Okay, you wait for 4 hours until the store opens, and then you rush in and you grab the last television on the shelf. Okay, you take that to the register and you make your purchase. Now, there's a series of events that happened for that purchase to take place, right? There was an advertisement in a newspaper. You actually physically went to the store, waited in line, and then picked that television off the shelf and made your purchase, right? And so that's the customer journey in that particular instance. Now, another example, if you're at the mall with your family, right, and lots of people like to window shop, especially in the holiday season, and let's say you go into a shoe store, right? And what is that famous question that we all get when we're going into a store? May I help you? And the famous response that most of us have said, certainly at one time or another, is no, thank you. I'm just looking, right? So at that point, you have no interest in anything in the store. You're just simply trying to see what's going on, right? Now, there are a pair of shoes that catch your eye. And so you asked one of the sales associates if they can get that particular pair of shoes in your size. They come, you put them on, you kind of walk around and you like the feel, you check yourself out in the mirror, they look good. You ask your wife loves them. So you take those shoes and you make a purchase at the register. Now, there's a different process that went on, right? There's a different journey that happened in this particular instance, where in that case, you weren't actually looking for those shoes necessarily, but they kind of caught your eye in the store. So that store was part of a mall, right? And so somebody randomly walked in, saw something that they liked, tried it on, and then made a purchase, right? And so you can think about all of the goods and services around the world. There's this customer journey that's happening, and you can probably already tell that there are multiple ways that different customers can come and purchase your product or service, right? There's multiple journeys that are happening, okay? So that's kind of the starting point for us beginning to understand what funnels are, because the reality is that smart businesses, smart organizations are making maps of those different journeys, those different ways that the customer is arriving to your product or service, right? And so that is the offline world. If we begin to take that idea and apply it to the online world, to the digital world, then we can begin to get the idea of what a funnel is. Because simply put, a funnel is really just the customer journey in a digital form, right? It is essentially moving people from A to B, from understanding your opportunity, your product, your service, and making a purchase. Okay, so to make things easier, let's do this. So we've got the customer journey that we talked about. Let's bring that into the digital world, and let's talk about 3 different parts of the funnel. Okay, the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. Got it? Now, let's first start about the top of the funnel. Now, the top of the funnel is when people are simply looking for information, right? They haven't really expressed any interest in a product or service. They're simply doing their research. They're trying to understand what's going on, right? So that's what's going on in the top of the funnel. So to give an example, you're scrolling in Facebook and there's an advertisement that comes on. It's almost snowboard season here in the US in the winter. And so you see an advertisement for a lift ticket that's 50% off, right? So that's not something that you were necessarily looking for, but you click on that, right? And that takes you to an area that has more information about that, okay? So remember, the top of the funnel is simply where people are looking for information, okay? Now, the middle of the funnel is when you begin to consider, okay? When you're considering different options, okay? Now, in that example that I just gave you about the lift ticket, I wasn't looking for a lift ticket in the beginning, but now I'm considering if this is a good option or not, okay? And so what's happening is I see that offer of 50% off. It's not my favorite mountain to be able to go snowboarding or skiing, but it's a mountain that's not too far away, okay? And so now I'm saying, okay, I know a lift ticket at my mountain costs $90. This is $40. So now I'm considering the options, okay? Is this a good option for me or not? It's a little bit farther than the mountain that I usually go to, but it's only $40. So you're considering whether or not that is good for you. So that's the middle of the funnel. You're considering options. Now, then the bottom of the funnel is where you are making the decision to purchase, okay? So in this particular case of the lift ticket, remember at the top of the funnel, I saw an ad that was happening in Facebook. I clicked on that ad. I saw the offer. I began to compare that with my own understanding of the typical mountain that I go to, considering the options. Now I'm deciding, is it worth it? Should I purchase or not? Okay, so I decide, yes, I'll try it this other mountain. It's a little bit further, but let's check it out. So I purchase, okay? So that is top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, okay? Now, hopefully that's helpful to be able to begin to have an understanding of what's going on with the funnel. And if you've heard about a funnel, the reality is that there are lots of different names for the funnels. There's sales funnels, marketing funnels. We like to call them relationship funnels. Now, why? Because we don't want to focus on the sale. We want to focus on the relationship. We want to focus on building a relationship with a customer, not just a transaction. Okay. So that is what we like to do. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you our relationship funnel. So let me share my screen here. All right, there we are on YouTube, and I'm going to do the same thing here on Instagram. So just a second. There we go. All right. So this is our relationship funnel. These are 5 steps to be able to build a relationship with a customer. So before I dive into this, let me kind of summarize where we are, right? We talked about the customer journey, and that is the process that a customer goes through from getting to know your organization, getting to know your products and services, all the way to making a purchase, right? And that happens offline, that happens online. Then we talked broadly about this idea of the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. Now I want to go a little bit deeper and talk about what is going on at each step, each of these 5 steps in the relationship funnel. Okay, so the first step in the relationship funnel is when there is a visitor. Now, this is at the top of the funnel. So this is someone that hasn't really heard of your organization before, and now they hear about you. And it can be from lots of different ways, from an ad on Facebook. It can be from some content that you've put out there. It can be from, a friend of a friend who's making a recommendation. There's lots of different ways that people can hear about you. But that is someone who's not aware of the opportunity, okay? They aren't aware of the solution that you have to their particular either pain point that they've got or a desire that they're trying to fill, okay? So that is a visitor, somebody who wasn't in your orbit before, and all of a sudden they come in and they're like, I'd never heard of for-good marketing before. I never heard about the name of your business. And so that is the top of the funnel. Okay. So you've got to make sure you're putting content out there, putting ads. There's different ways to get the word out about your product, service, your business. Okay. So that's the first stage of the relationship funnel. Now, the second stage is a lead. Now, this is someone who they are now aware of the opportunity. They're aware of there's a level of awareness. So this person knows that they have some kind of problem. They know that they have some kind of desire, and they see that your organization has a solution to that. Okay. So for instance, in the example that I gave about the lift ticket. So I know that it is about to be wintertime. I have a desire to be able to go snowboarding. And so that's something that I'd like to do. And I wasn't looking for it, but hey, here's a mountain that's not too far away from me that has an offer for 50% off on a lift ticket, right? So that's not something that I was looking for initially, but now I clicked on that ad that takes me to give me information about that offer. I am now aware of the opportunity. I know that I have this desire to be able to go snowboarding, and I know that this particular mountain has a great deal to be able to allow me to do that, right? So I've moved from just being a casual visitor to actually becoming a lead to that organization. Does that make sense? Now, that is the second stage in the relationship funnel, okay? Now, the third stage is a prospect. And the difference between a lead and a prospect is that the prospect is interested in the solution. Okay. So the lead is someone who's aware. Okay. And the prospect is someone who not only understands what their problem is, their solution or their desire is, but they recognize that your organization has a potential solution for them, and they view that as being a viable solution. Okay. Now, So that is the difference. And both lead and prospect, those are in the middle of the funnel, right? This is when someone is considering an option. They're considering a purchase. They haven't decided to purchase, but they are, they're looking at reviews. They're trying to, they're asking their friends, and they're gathering information, trying to decide, is it time for me to make a purchase or not? Okay. So we've got the visitor, we've got the lead, we've got the prospect. Now this is time for the customer, right? Every business needs customers, right? And then now we're moving into the bottom of the funnel. This is when people are actually making a purchase, okay? So the customer at this point has made a decision to purchase. So if we go back to the example that I gave of the lift ticket, right? I was scrolling through Facebook, clicked on the link, took me to an offer, 50% off of a lift ticket. I have considered that option, right? And now I decided, you know what? I want to purchase this. I've never been to this mountain, but hey, I'm going to try it out, see what this mountain is like, right? So I decide to make that purchase, okay? So I've moved from being a prospect, right, which is someone who is interested in the solution that you've got, to now a customer, because I gave my credit card information and now I have purchased that particular lift ticket, okay? Now, there's different types of customers, right? You can have a very transactional relationship. So in this case, there was a promotion. I've never been to this mountain. I have no relationship with that particular resort. So it's purely a transaction, okay? Now, if you really want to get good at business, you don't want customers, you want fans, right? You don't want customers, you want fans. Now, what's the difference? A customer is simply making a purchase. They've made a decision to purchase. And the reality is that if you think about all the things that you have purchased on Amazon, for instance, if you use Amazon, many of those purchases are transactional. So we have a relationship with Amazon, the company, but with all of the individual sellers, we don't have a relationship there, right? It's purely transactional. I saw this thing, it's at a decent price, I decided to purchase, right? Now, a fan is someone who has a desire to purchase from you, right? A desire to purchase from you. And that is a very different relationship than with just simply a customer where it's a transactional relationship. A fan is someone who is engaged with your organization, believe in what you do, they believe in your story, they believe in the quality that you bring, and they look forward to purchasing from you, from your brand, from your organization, okay? So when we're thinking about building a relationship with someone, we need to realize that there are different levels, right? We want to move them from a visitor to a lead, to a prospect, to a customer, to a fan, okay? So hopefully that is helpful to you. If you've got any questions, obviously you can send us a message and let us know. But what I want to do now is I want to talk about how we at For Good Marketing, how we think about the relationship funnel and how we use this to be able to help our customers to move people from visitors all the way down to becoming customers and even fans, okay? So how do we do that? The way that we do that is we put on a digital product launch, okay? Which we've had a previous live about a launch. A launch is essentially an event that drives interest, it generates buzz for a particular product or service, okay? So the starting point of that strategy is putting out a bunch of ads on Google, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, using social media to put the word out, to generate the buzz about what we are, the event that we're creating, okay? So what happens is that people have never heard about us before, never heard about our client before, but we understand what their pains are, what their desires are. And so we create an ad that is connected to a pain point, to a desire that they've got, right? And so someone's scrolling through Facebook, right? And all of a sudden they see, oh, how to de-stress your life, right? So this is someone who is super stressed. They're working way too many hours. They're feeling stressed, and they see an ad that's talking about de-stress your life. Okay, so it's like, I'm feeling stressed. I'm gonna click on that and see what this is all about. Okay, so now this person is they're beginning to come into our orbit, right? They had no idea about our organization, but now they're beginning to express interest in what that's all about, okay? But they have not become a lead yet, not yet, okay? So they click on that ad, they go to a landing page, okay? And just as an aside, a landing page, I don't want you to get confused between a web page and a landing page, because they are two different things, okay? This is very, very important. A web page is, we've all been on websites, right? A web page and a website is a bunch of different pages where you can get lots of information about, a product, service, organization, etc. Now, the landing page is one web page where you have the limited information, and there's only limited options of what you can do on that page. So you're not giving people, you're not giving them different options for what they can do. On a web page, I can go to About Us page, I can go to Contact Us, I can go to the blog. There's lots of different places that I can go. And frankly, it's easy to get lost on a web page because there's no point to the web page or to the website. There's no call to action, right? Whereas a landing page is very simple. It gives you just enough information for you to be able to make a decision or not, okay? So person clicks on that link, I need to distress my life. They go to a landing page, okay? And the first thing they see is a headline that says, reduce your stress levels in 7 days. It's like, okay, I'm stressed. And here is something that's saying, reduce your stress levels in 7 days. That piques my interest because I'm stressed, right? That is the pain that I'm feeling at this moment. So I want to go deeper on this landing page. I want to understand what this is all about, okay? So I read a little bit and I realize, okay, there's an event, a free event for being able to de-stress my life, right? To reduce my levels of stress in 7 days, okay? So it's a free event. All I have to do is give my email and sign up. So, hey, let's do it, right? So I put in my email, I click, enroll, and at that point, I become a lead, okay? I've given some information. I've signed up for this event because I'm feeling stressed and I want to reduce my stress levels, okay? So now I've become a lead at that stage. Now, during this event that we're putting on, right, this digital product launch, the way that we do that is we have a series of 4 videos, okay, that move people from understanding that there's an opportunity. They learn about a transformation in the second video. We give them a high-level blueprint of how that transformation can operate, can work in their life. And then the final video is a sales video, okay? And so essentially what we're doing is that we are moving people from not trusting, not understanding who we are, not knowing anything about our organization, what we do, our products and services, and we're actually giving them value. We're giving them content that's valuable, helping them to move forward in this problem that they got of feeling stressed in their lives. So making micro transformations in these videos, okay? And then at the end of that, they have the opportunity to be able to purchase, okay? So I entered this event as a lead because I gave my email address, okay? Now I'm consuming this content. I'm participating in this event. I'm having a great experience because I'm learning why am I feeling stressed. I'm learning about this way to be able to reduce my stress levels, okay? And now I am beginning to understand, right, that understanding why I'm feeling stressed. And I begin to realize that meditation is one of the best ways to be able to reduce stress. Okay. And I realized that there is a course that this company is offering to be able to teach me how to do meditation to reduce my stress levels in 7 days. Okay. So I came in as a visitor. I became a lead when I gave my email. I'm now consuming the content in this event. I'm a prospect, right? I am now considering and interested in the solution, okay? And then I come to the end of that event, and now I have a decision to make. I have a decision to make. Do I want to just take this content and say, you know what, this was good. I'm gonna do this on my own, or do I want to take a further step to be able to engage with this content, learn how to do meditation, and actually solve my problem, right? And so in this case, I decide, yes, I do want to purchase. And so now I've become a customer, right? And now I'm learning how to meditate, okay? And then as I've gone through that course, I'm having a good experience with the organization. I'm now becoming a fan. I'm not just consuming the content from the online course. I'm actually beginning to every time that this expert is talking about meditation, I'm on there. I'm participating. I'm engaging in the community. I'm moving from having a transactional relationship to becoming a fan. Okay, and so in a year, when the next version of the meditation course comes out, right? Like the 2.0 version comes, I'm ready to purchase because I know how good the first version was, right? And I want to go deeper in my understanding of meditation. Okay. So what we are doing with our digital product launches is we are helping people to move down the funnel. We are showing people an opportunity, okay? People are coming in as visitors. They give us their email address. They become leads. They consume the content, participate in the event that we put on. They're having a great experience, having micro transformations. And a portion of those people are going to decide, I want to become a customer, right? I've got this pain point. I'm feeling stressed. I've tried lots of things and they haven't worked. I am ready to move forward, okay? Become a customer. And then once they're a customer, once they're in your orbit, right, then they are like, this is amazing. This has had such an impact on me. I'm now becoming a raving fan. I'm telling all my friends who are stressed also about this. So this is kind of how we use the relationship funnel in our digital product launches when we are working with our experts, okay? And hopefully this makes sense to you and you can begin to use this in your business. If you have questions, if you want to figure out this relationship formula for your business or your organization, please send us a note and we'd be happy to be able to help you do that, okay? Now, before we end, I want to talk about 3 reasons why your business needs a digital marketing funnel. Your business needs to do this ASAP if you're not already doing it. Okay, so here are 3 reasons why your business needs a digital marketing funnel. So the first reason is because let's be honest, digital is the new normal, right? And the pandemic has vastly accelerated that process. It has vastly accelerated that process. Okay, so more and more business is going to be all digital. It's going to be all digital. And so we need to be prepared for that. Okay. And the good thing is that a well built digital marketing strategy is going to help you to cut through the noise online and be able to find your right target audience. Okay. So that's the first thing, is that this is a reality. More and more businesses are going totally digital, or at least going hybrid. And if you're not doing that, you're falling behind. So make sure that you're not falling behind, that you're catching this wave, you're preparing your business for the future. Okay, so that's the first reason why your business needs a digital marketing funnel. The second is because it requires you to know your customer. And that may seem obvious, right? I've already got a business, I've already got customers, I know my customers, it's all good. But the reality is that a lot of businesses out there, they don't really understand their customers, right? They have a maybe superficial understanding of their customers, but they don't have a deep understanding of who their customers are. And when you come into the digital space, one of the beautiful things about that is that you are forced to get to know your customer at a deep level. Now, let me give you an example. One of the clients that we work with his name is Dr. Rick Marks, and he's amazing. He's in the relationship space. As we've done different virtual events for him, we've been learning more and more and more about his target audience. Okay. Now, how have we done this? Because as we've put on the successive events, we have asked all of the participants to complete a survey, okay, so that we can understand who's coming to the table. And what we have learned has been fascinating. 80% of the people that are coming are women, okay? That's something that we didn't know before. 80% are women. In the first event that we did, about 50% of those people were remarried, okay? So we thought, oh, okay, so I guess that, that is really important, that we've got the people that we're targeting, that they're remarried. Now, as we did the survey for a second virtual event, what we found is that that wasn't actually the case. The percentage of remarried was much, much lower. But what we found was 60% of the people in the second event that we put onto them were sharing challenges that they were facing with the communication that they had between spouses, okay? And so what we're doing is that every time we put on an event, we are learning more and more and more about our target audience. We are getting a clearer picture of who they are. And it helps because the better you understand your customer, the better you can write copy for them. You can create content for them, because you're not just thinking about, okay, in this particular instance, we're serving couples who are, married couples, but you're actually able to think, okay, I am I'm creating this content for a 47-year-old woman who has two kids that are, 8 and 10, and she's frustrated with her marriage. Things were great in the beginning, but slowly she and her husband have been becoming further and further apart from one another. They've tried marriage counseling, they've tried marriage books, and nothing has helped them to be able to fix this issue, the underlying issues that they feel, right? And so they feel stuck. Now, when you are getting clearer and clearer on who you are targeting, who your customer is, then you are able to serve that person much, much, much better. Okay. So it's really, really important for you to be able to understand your customer. And one of the best ways for you to be able to do that is by creating a digital marketing funnel, mapping out the customer journeys so that you get to know your customer better. You can do that in a great way online. Now, the last reason that it's really, really important for you to create a digital marketing funnel is because it gives you actionable data, okay? Now, when you have a marketing funnel, you have data at the visitor level, at the lead level, at the prospect level, at the customer level, at the fan level, and you understand how your business is performing at each of those levels. And so you can make a lot of micro adjustments. You can optimize how you're serving people at each of these steps. And you can do that because when you come digital, you have a lot more data, certainly more than you get if you're offline, if you're, getting the word out with leaflets, with mail, with billboards. If you're doing a lot of offline marketing, you have less data. When you're online, you have a lot more data to leverage that helps you to be able to make smart decisions. So that's what we have for you today. We are so grateful that you're here, that we hope that this has been valuable to you. Listen, if you don't have a digital marketing funnel, you need to start today to begin to map that out. You want to make sure that you are paying attention to the customer journey, right? You want to make sure that you are thinking about those different stages of visitor, lead, prospect, customer, fan, okay? And you want to make sure that your business has a strategy for moving people down the funnel. Having a website is not a digital funnel because people get lost when they go to your website. If you are doing online ads, for instance, and you're sending people to your website, you're losing a massive amount of money because people go to your website and they get lost. So this is really, really important. If you need help with your digital marketing funnel in creating one for your business, we would love to be able to help you with that. And we'd also love to help you if you want to be able to create a virtual event, if you want to do a product launch, if you want to use kind of some of these more advanced strategies for generating business for your organization, we would love to be able to help you. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for participating. For everybody who's here in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. And we'll be right back here next week for another live. I'm Joe Montgomery with For Good Marketing. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.